do you want to do today?
I don't know. So what is there to do today?
Oh, decide for yourself. Why do I have to decide what we're going to do? I'm not your tour director, you know. And before you come up with some good ideas, would you please get dressed? You've been in those sweats for 2 days. And please take a shave. I hate when you look like a bum.
What for? We're not going anyplace. What, I have to wear a suit and tie to sit on the couch and surf the net?
Well, you can look good for me. I always get dressed up to look my best. I even lost 4 pounds.
It's behind you.
That was really not very nice.
Okay, how about your right leg?
In 1 minute, I'm going to put my right leg and the 4 pounds up your you-know-where.
And I love it when you talk dirty. It really gets me excited, except I forget why I get excited. Okay, I'm sorry, Anna. I just couldn't help it. But you know, you always look your best. I can't understand why. You always look like you're ready to go out, with no place to go. It's like you expected Fred Astaire to come knocking on the door at any moment.
Wouldn't that be amazing? But he's not coming here. Maybe Ginger Rogers will knock. She'd take one look at you and run like a maniac to get away.
What would I do with Ginger Rogers if she did come? By the time I caught her, I'd forget why I chased her. And if I did remember, I'd probably forget what to do. A mind's a terrible thing to lose. But before I lose mine completely, I have to tell you something really funny that happened when I was in Publix last week. I was walking up and down the aisles, trying to remember why you sent me, pushing my cart and looking at the shelves. I kept bumping into this young man, very nicely dressed. The third time I bumped into him, he stopped, reached into his pocket, pulled out $2, gave it to me, and made me promise not to use it to buy alcohol. I swore to him I would only use it to buy food and gave him 3 God bless yous.
Oh, Sam, what did you do? You gave him the money back, didn't you?
What, are you crazy? When I left Publix, I went right to Harry's bar and bought a beer. Best tasting beer I ever had. And the price was right. I even got change.
Sam, I am so embarrassed. What if we meet him when we're out someplace? And what did the doctor say about your drinking alcohol?
Anna, beer won't kill me. And what are you embarrassed about? You weren't even there. You don't have to worry about meeting him at Temple. What would a well-dressed young black man be doing at our Temple?
Sam, you're terrible. You shouldn't talk like that. And taking money from someone you don't even know? What if he has a wife and some kids that he's responsible for?
Okay, Anna, tomorrow I'll go look for him and give him the money back. Maybe I should put an ad in the paper. Bummy-looking old man wants to give back $2. Please call. Would that make you happy? Now, come on, let's go over to the game room.
Please. The game room has more old people than an old age home. Besides, the games are boring and the people are boring.
Anna, we're old. And I'm afraid to say it, but I think we're boring, too.
Sam, we are boring? We are not boring. I'm always ready to have a conversation. And have you ever seen me when I didn't have something to say?
Oh, you always have something to say. You correct everyone on what the correct recipe should be. You always tell them your grandchildren are better than their grandchildren. I'm afraid all that is boring.
Boring? You keep talking like that, and I'll give you an unboring day that you'll never forget. You know what? I've got a great idea. I think it's time that we looked elsewhere for some entertainment or excitement. You know, I think we should do something really exciting. I think we should get a divorce.
A divorce? Are you crazy? What are you going to do with a divorce?
No, listen to me. Not a divorce because we're mad. A divorce so that we can maybe find someone that could interest us. We'd be free to hang out in bars, have a few drinks, pick up somebody new. We could find someone that when they speak, we don't already know what they're going to say.
I like knowing what you're going to say. That way I don't have to listen. It gives me time to decide if I want to hear you.
So that, what did you say, is a bunch of crap. You really hear me.
No, I really don't hear you. Honest, I never hear you. I didn't even hear you say you wanted to go hang out in bars. And besides, do you realize people who hang out in bars are 30 or 40 years old? They're younger than our children. They'd really laugh at you, some grandma trying to pick them up.
Oh, there could be some 60-year-old I could latch on to that's looking for some fun.
A 60-year-old is looking for a 40-year-old floozy. He is not looking for someone who probably reminds him of his mother.
His mother? You know what? You haven't said a nice word to me since we started this conversation. And tell me what, Mr. Big Shot, how many of these floozies are going to be throwing themselves at you? You go into a bar and all you can drink is a Coke on the rocks. You drink alcohol with all the pills you take, and the doctor says you will probably die. No, I've decided. I think we should get a divorce and see how much better we can do.
If we get a divorce, who will move out? Before you say anything, I want the Haitian painting and the dragon's egg and the rest of the stuff in the curio cabinet. You can have the dishes and the pots and the pans and even the silverware, except I get a knife, fork, and a spoon so I can eat.
What are you talking about? No one's going to move out. We'll just live here.
Anna, you are really slow. 50 years ago, I wanted to just live together and not get married, and you told me, marry me or get lost. Now, you want to get a divorce and just live together? I'm glad that now you like this sin thing.
Sam, we're so married a divorce couldn't get us apart.
All right, now let me get this straight. You're going to bring your boyfriend here, and we'll have a fun-loving threesome?
Maybe you can bring your floozy girlfriend, too. We could have a foursome. Maybe your girlfriend and my boyfriend can become good friends.
Oh, great. Maybe they can get married and have some kids, and we can have more grandkids. But wait, the condo rules say no kids. I guess if our lovers get married, they'll have to move out. Thank God. There's no room for them here. Anyway, they might as well be good friends. I wouldn't know what to do with a floozy anymore.
Oh, I don't know. Remember last Thursday? You were all over me. I couldn't finish the dishes until you had me in bed. And Sam, I had nothing to complain about.
I don't know what came over me. I took one look at you standing at the sink, and I just lost it.
Sam, I must tell you, I put one of your pills in the mashed potatoes. That's why they were so lumpy. And you will do well with your floozy if you want to.
That was an amazing time. We can have mashed potatoes every night.
Oh, Sam, I don't think I could take lumpy mashed potatoes every night. Maybe once a week would be good.
All right, now everything's wonderful. Now let's get serious. Anna, have you lost it? Why do you want a divorce? I don't know what's come over you.
Well, you see, you said we were boring. We just had a lively conversation, and I must say you were sitting up and listening. Now, do you call that boring?
No, that was definitely not boring. You had my undivided attention. I thought you finally went crazy. I was afraid I'd have to put you in a straitjacket and tie you to a chair. Please don't do that again, okay?
We won't be hearing the word boring again, will we?
No more boring, I promise.
All right, Sam, you're right. We are not getting a divorce.
No, wait, I don't want to be right. You're right, Anna, you're right.
Don't be ridiculous, Sam. You're right.
No, remember last year when I was right? You were so depressed. You redid the whole kitchen. You put in new cabinets, new appliances, everything. It cost $24,000. I can't afford to be right again for at least another couple of years.
Oh, Sam, you know you love the way the new kitchen looks. It's so bright and cheerful.
There's no difference. Plus the fact I hung the old cabinets in the garage, and they work just fine. Listen, what's that music you're playing next door?
Oh, they always play their music too loud. Bang on the wall.
No, listen. Oh my God. It's Sunrise, Sunset from Fiddler. Remember they played that at Rachel's wedding?
And Doris and Pauline's also. Can you believe that we couldn't remember how fast they grew up? And can you imagine that Rachel's 25th anniversary is coming up?
Do you remember what we said back then? Remember what we said that when we got rid of all three girls, we'd travel the world? What happened to that? Why are we stuck here in this condo? That music makes me feel so happy and young. Rachel, Anna, get me my clothes to wear. We are going to a travel agent. We are going to take a 2-week tour of Greece.
Can we afford a 2-week tour of Greece?
Anna, we are going to stop saving money for the kids. They're doing just fine. And we're going to stop visiting them for 2 weeks at a time. By the time we leave, they must be so tired of us, they'd pay us to go to Greece or anywhere else. From now on, we'll tell them we plan to visit twice a year. We'll arrive on a Friday afternoon, stay Saturday and Sunday, and go home Monday morning. And 2 or 3 times a year, we'll take a 2-week cruise and see the world. That way, we won't be bored, and we won't be boring.
So tell me, Sam, do I have anything to say about this?
Yes. As long as you agree with me, you can say anything you want to.
And if I don't agree, then what?
I can always take that floozy we talked about.
Well, lucky for you, I do agree with you. Because if I didn't agree with you, you would be hanging in the closet by your thumbs for the rest of your life. Now, tell me, Sam, would you really divorce me?
What are you talking about? That was your idea. I couldn't divorce you. You're my right arm and my left leg. Without you, I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I couldn't even put my clothes on. And you know where all the money's hidden. I know I don't say it often enough, but I really love you. Now come on, let's go next door and see if they'll let us watch Fiddler with them. It's the best show ever.
Okay, I've got a pie in the fridge. We'll bring it over.
Are you sure? We don't want to poison them.
I bought it at the bakery.
In that case, bring it along, and we'll tell them all about our upcoming trip to Greece.